Hey guys, and welcome to episode 16. And in today's episode, I will explain to you guys that I've had a big sell-off, and I will be explaining why I've done that, and maybe a possible change in the application that I'll be using. So possibly moving from Freetrade to Trading212, and I'll quickly explain that in this video. Okay, so I am currently £8,843.34p. And I've sold everything. So initially what I have done in the previous weeks is that I have bought Cineworld thinking that there's a great rise, and I've made quite a bit of loss. So I made about £7 loss, and I've tried again and I've lost £1. So overall that excursion cost me about £8, but then I did a full sell off of all my FTSE 100 index shares, as well as Taylor MP, Everest Steel, Future, and Legal General, UK Dividends, Aviva, Shell, which was up for me, so I decided that this was a good time to get rid of Shell, knowing that the oil prices kind of tanked, and gold, which is doing quite well. Pan-African Resources is doing really well, and commercial property, as well as finally Lloyd's, GSK, which I didn't want to sell, and the reason why I didn't want to sell, similar to Tesco, was because they were doing really well, and why I sold was because I've cashed out of my ISA now, and hopefully I will be moving on to Trading212 because they have a much more diverse portfolio in their shares that they have, including the American market as well as the UK market. So I just felt like if I wanted to have access to all the shares, then it would be better to kind of move platform, and so I'm closing my ISA down and completing that move as soon as possible. So quickly, why I've sold. So this is currently the FTSE 100 as of 24th of April, and if you can see, after a big drop, there has been some fluctuations up and down, and this is because there's a bit of volatility in the market. People aren't sure whether it's going to go back up because of the furlough payments, or is it going to go back down because of the unemployment rates. And so I wanted to quickly explain to you my view. So this is the deflation downward spiral, and at the moment we are sat on the bottom right, so the reduction in production. So there are currently being layoffs and no new hirings, which is quite important. So there's not that much being produced, and obviously that's started by the coronavirus, and obviously that's stopped production. So what happens then is if there's not enough production, then there's increased employment. So as we see in America, and obviously the figures should be released soon in the UK, we'll see that the employment will most likely go up, and so therefore as the spiral continues, there'll be less spending on goods and services, so people won't be going to the cinema, people won't be going eating out, hence there'll be an oversupply of goods and services. So there'll be too many people working in Nando's, and too many people working at the cinemas. So basically they'll charge less, and once they charge less, they'll earn less, the share value will drop, and they'll return back to where we are now, with no new hirings and possibly layoffs, back to increase employment. So what the government tries to do is insert some money into the companies to stop this downward spiral and to keep the economy moving. So the furlough payments is an exact example of that. And so this is why I'm saying at the moment we don't know what the unemployment rate is. So therefore we are then it's like a guessing game. So we don't really know what's going to happen, but this is my prediction, and I anticipate that there will be an increase in employment, and eventually that will cause a full downward spiral into a full recession. But that's just my predictions, and so I thought that it would be important for me to explain why I've sold off most of my shares. And so that concludes this video. Hopefully you guys have a little bit more insight. Possibly next episode will be on the new application, and so hopefully you get to see what Trading212 is like, and maybe I will still continue to use the basic account with Freetrade, but we shall see. But thank you for listening, and hopefully if there's anything that you wanted to know or to ask, please comment, like, subscribe, and thank you.